eyes in the music world this week have been on Linkin Park as those persistent rumors that one of rock's most beloved bands could be reuniting coincided with a 100-hour countdown clock that the band launched on their website over the weekend. And as many people around the world tuned in, anxiously waiting, what is this going to be? Is this going to be the reunion? Is this really it? Is there going to be a new singer? Who could that singer be? So many questions to be answered. But those questions weren't answered yesterday. When the clock hit 0, the screen glitched out and we all wondered collectively, what the just happened? And as the timer started counting upward, we're all sitting there waiting for something to happen. Then at 9 minutes and 5 seconds, the screen glitches for about 10 seconds. Everyone's looking at that, wondering, what's the significance of that? And we learned that the significance could be September 5th. And so that was a big theory going yesterday. And then we learned today this has been confirmed. Linkin Park just announced a special September 5th event that you, the fans, can apply to attend if you're going to be in Los Angeles. There's so much to get to, but in just a moment, I'm also going to be joined by a very special guest that I'm excited about. You don't want to miss that either, to catch up on all things Linkin Park. But here's what we know about this new announcement here from the band. The internet was buzzing yesterday. Fans writing online, they were anxious to hear the news from Linkin Park. Could one of rock's biggest bands really be reuniting? People from all around the world tuned in, and when the clock struck 0, they couldn't believe what they saw. The numbers were glitching. The timer started over. It started counting upward. They broke the internet and sent social media into a frenzy. They got us good, but we can all rest easy. We now know that something is in fact happening on September 5th. Linkin Park has confirmed it on their website. They wrote, "Be part of something." And members of their fan club, the LP Underground, they will be the first to get that opportunity to be part of something. Details of the event sent out to the LP Underground, according to this screenshot shared in the Linkin Park subreddit. Thursday, September 5th, 2024, Los Angeles. Be part of something. Event tickets are limited, not guaranteed, and will be randomly assigned. This event will occur on September 5th in Los Angeles, California, between 12:30 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. If selected, the following applies. You must be 18 years or older. You must be able to attend in person. Do not RSVP if you cannot be in Los Angeles on September 5th. No plus ones. Event tickets are non-transferable. And transportation and lodging will not be provided. Joining me now to talk about all of this craziness happening in the world of Linkin Park, so much to be excited about, I have one of the most influential figures in rock music, total legend. You know him from American TV, radio. He's an author, and he has lived an incredible life and continues to absolutely crush it in rock music. You can tune into him on KLOS, and he does so much more. Ladies and gentlemen, our special guest today, Mr. Matt Pinfield. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hey, Brian, great to see you, man. I love what you're doing with Rock Feed, man. It's always got great content coming out all the time, so it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be here with you, you know? I know you love it and live for it. That's what's so important. You know what I mean?
Well,
it's great.
It's an honor to have you here, and I've grown up watching you, and I know so many viewers at home have as well, so you're a total legend. So I wanted to get your insight on what you think about all of this excitement surrounding Linkin Park. It seems like the music world is totally tuned in to seeing what this band is going to do next after they pulled off such a great prank on us yesterday.
Well, I mean, everybody's been just waiting for the opportunity to see Linkin Park again. A lot of people that are new fans that are younger have never seen them, and that's what you'll find with Limp Bizkit touring again and so many other people, the fact that Oasis are going to go out again. Anybody in the world of rock that might not have been able to see those bands or thought they'd continue to tour, certainly, Chester's death was so unexpected. He was a dear friend of mine, and so that was just unbelievable. I was at the funeral and then, of course, at the tribute show. So this is really exciting because I love those guys in the band. Mike and all the guys are just known them since, when they put out their first single of One Step Closer. I brought them on stage in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They were like opening a festival, And there was this great story where at the end of the night, Incubus were headlining that night, and Chester was there with his dad, Lenny, and the security guys weren't being nice to him. Like, they were like, and I was hosting, so I just said, hey, leave these, man, they're coming up here with me. And I remember saying to Chester, I go, that's all right, man. You come back in a year, you guys, but you should kick him off the stage. And then a year later, they were so big with Hybrid Theory. I said, remember that when I said to you, Chester goes, yeah, any more predictions? That was a great one, but it was unbelievable how that blew up. But I love those guys, and where they recorded Hybrid Theory at NRG Studios. Jay Baumgartner, who owns, is one of my dear friends, and also, where they did Meteora, and that was when that was being recorded. You know that like every night, a security guy would actually have he would leave with the hard drives. Like he would leave. I think he had handcuffs on, so because they didn't want the stuff to link. Like literally, like the hard drives left every night, left the studio. So it's an unbelievable history. And I hosted the first Project Revolution MySpace live stream with Full Metal Jackie, which was an entire day, the first time MySpace ever did it. But I love these guys. So it's just it's exciting. And at the tribute show, Ollie Sykes was so great. I remember saying, wow, it's so hard to sing and do what Chester did, because Chester was seriously one of a kind. But I was impressed with Ollie Sykes' performance. And, it's a hard thing to do, especially people to sing like that. Mike is such a genius. And I know those guys have been holding off to figure out what the right decision is. So I really thought we were going to get an answer. And I was calling up some friends going, are you the new Linkin Park singer? I was trying to figure out what it was. But yeah, I'm excited about it. That just like Oasis, I had heard a long time before that there were venues on hold, but no one would, of course, confirm that. That was the talk. And same thing for Linkin Park. So, something is definitely brewing. There are so many great people that could do it, So I think, but, I think by doing it, it's honoring Chester's memory. It's not like they're just coming out to do something new or replace him. And I loved Mike Shinoda's last single, that Already Over. That last single was so great. And those guys are just so talented. I want to see them out playing again. I just think it's for the fans, who loved our brother Chester. So, but yeah, I don't know. It's. First, of course, Jay, it's funny, that same night that I introduced Linkin Park the first time, it was Orgy's first gig, too, at that festival. So it's funny, the Jay connection going back to that. But, again, I think it's going to be one of the, I believe I really believe it's going to happen, and I believe that it's going to be one of the biggest things of the year. I mean, the fact that, like I said, we got Limp Bizkit back, Oasis are coming back, and I feel really strongly that we'll get some news from Linkin Park soon about shows. But,
now they have on September 5th, they've made this announcement. They've sent this out to the LP Underground. It's been confirmed. Next week in LA, next Thursday on September 5th, they're now holding an event for fans that's from 12 to 5 p.m. in LA. I wonder if you have any thoughts on, what the possibilities could be about that.
I have a feeling they're going to unveil whoever is singing with them, whether it's one person or whether they've made a decision maybe to take more than one person out on the road when they tour. Obviously those shows are going to happen. But the shows will happen. Not much I can say. But I think that's what they're going to do for their big fans, and people to see that. And I just think they're ready. But they needed that time to grieve. It took a long time, to process Chester's passing. And it was brutal for all of us, and I think it's going to be great, and I think very shortly there will be announcements about shows. You know what I mean? So,
and yeah, brother, I don't think I can remember there being this much buzz around anything in music, particularly in rock, for quite some time. They have just taken things to the next level with the anticipation around all of this. It's been an amazing. I mean, the time clock thing yesterday was hilarious.
It really was. It was kind of funny. I'm like, I was waiting and waiting, and I was also putting together breaks for some of my different radio shows, right? And my countdowns and everything. And I was waiting for the news. I was like, maybe I don't want to do this yet. and then the clock turning back again, and I was like, okay, And again, out of respect for the guys, I don't call and ask. I know there, I know pretty much a lot of people in that camp, but I just, out of complete respect. But next week, I feel we're gonna know and what's going on. And there's so many people that great people that could do that. And again, I think it's gonna be, I think more than ever, the anticipation is people will be rooting for whoever that singer is because I don't believe anybody's trying to replace Chester. It's to honor his
Right.
unbelievable memory, his unbelievable talent, his individuality, his emotive singing. I mean, like, he's just the fact what he could do. There's certain singers like Chris Cornell. There's people that have the ability to sing in this very emotive, honest, and vulnerable way, and then hit a high note and scream. And that's the thing about rock. When you can master those two things, those are the greatest. That's why they're our favorites and why we think they're the greatest singers of all time.
Totally agree. And Matt, I just want to thank you so much for calling in. You are such an invaluable asset here in rock music. It was an honor to have you on here, and you made my day. So thank you so
All
much for
right.
this incredible feedback that you've given. Everybody's paying attention. And all y'all, take a moment down in the description. Go follow Matt Pinfield on social media. Keep up with all things Matt Pinfield. I've linked to it down below. Matt, it was an honor to have you here today. Thank you so much.
Yeah, great to see you, Brian. Thanks so much for having me, and I'll see you soon.
Absolutely, brother. I can't believe I just had Matt Pinfield on the channel. That's so sick. That made my day. All right, so September 5th seems to be the date. We're going to know a lot more about what's happening unless they somehow troll us again. At this point, you can't put that past them, but we'll keep a close eye on it. And so be sure to subscribe here at Rockfeed with notifications on for the latest news and updates about your favorite bands.